What's going on, family? I'm back. Back attack. They've been calling me Mac Attack here at the job site, and so I used that and said back attack, Well, fam, it's a totally different day. I gotta put out a couple of disclaimers, okay? Number one, these videos are for entertainment purposes, okay? You may or may not learn something from the videos. That is completely upon the intention that you set within your life, right? If you set the intention to learn something from every situation, then you will be granted something to learn. If that is not what you have intended and you just want to watch this for fun, watch it for fun. Doesn't matter either way. Fulfill your destiny. Number two, I'm talking to adults, and I will make it very clear when I'm talking to children. Kids can watch this, but sometimes a cuss word flies out here and there. Sometimes, I don't want to say sexual references, but there are some times where there are more mature references being made, and kids shouldn't be listening yet, in my opinion. If you're a kid, change the channel. Go to the next video by somebody else that is child friendly, okay? Number three, you are responsible for your own condition in life. No one else is responsible for this other than you. If you cannot take responsibility for your own life, then that's exactly what we're here to talk about. How your life will assume the responsibility that you are supposed to have for yourself, okay? How your thoughts are controlling you. That's what we're here to discuss. How are your thoughts controlling you? I'm going to ask you a question, and unfortunately, you're going to say yes. And the reason I know this is because it's impossible for you to say no right now unless you're at the level of completely being away and distant from the ego and being able to witness the ego as its own thing. If you can't say that, then the answer is yes. And I'm sorry, but it's okay. You got to start somewhere. Number one, do you hear something? You hear something in your mind. As I'm talking, there's some sort of narration going on. Wouldn't you agree? It's talking right now. It's probably saying, yeah, why is she talking about that? What is it? What does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? Why is this important? Okay, it may be saying something else, like, what the fuck is she wearing? Where is she at? Where's her location? Look at the clothes. Look at the background. A leaf just fell on me. Right? Your mind's going to be saying all types of things. Your mind might be thinking nothing about me and totally in a totally different realm, thinking about what happened yesterday, what you're going to do later, what you have planned. I mean, your mind is talking, is it not? And if it's saying, oh, there's no voice inside my head, that's the voice I'm talking about. That's the voice. That's the one. That's the talking. That's the one I'm talking about. The one that's literally speaking as I speak. As you're trying to listen, it's literally in the way right now of you trying to listen to me. That's how crazy this is. Okay. Now you may think that this is something that it's like, well, of course, why wouldn't there be a filter between the world, which in this particular case, the world is me talking to you. Why wouldn't there be a filter between the world and me? There's got to be some sort of buffer that I can filter things through. It makes logical sense, it kind of does when you look at it that way, that perception. But then you think deeper and you say, holy crap, if this thing is in the way of me listening to her and I want to listen to her, then it's in the way of me doing other things too. Like listening to your teacher. If you're in school, I don't know, if you have an important meeting at work, you may not be listening. You may be listening to yourself as somebody's up there talking, presenting what they have to share with the group. Right? You're in conversation, you're out at a bar or hanging out with some friends at a restaurant and your mind's talking all the while somebody's having a conversation with you. All you're thinking about is what you're relating to in this conversation, not necessarily the words that are coming out of that person's mouth. If this is your first time hearing something like this, then you're probably going to say, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. This lady's crazy. I'm on to the next video. If you've heard something close to this, then you might still be thinking the same thing, but you're at least inclined to listen, okay? And I suggest you do, because this will change your life. This will change your life. I know you hear that in every video. Oh my God, just listen to these affirmations 21 days in a row. It's going to change your life. Anything you do with the intention to change your life, guess what? It's going to change your life. Okay, but this right here is the teachings that were taught by the great masters of the world. I'm talking the masters of masters. If you believe in Jesus, right? The things that Jesus has said in those scriptures, which have been stolen from years and years prior, brought into the 20th, or what century was it? Brought into the 80th century and all that shit. If you read those words, Jesus's words, these are part of it. This is a part of it. If you look at the Buddha, if you look at Siddhartha, if you look at Gandhi, if you look at any great master, any great teacher, these are the teachings. They are that you have something inside of you right now. It's inside of you, but it's not you. It is not you, okay? You have a roommate. This is video part 1 of 4. I'm gonna make a 4-part series out of this one. You have a roommate. That thing in there is always talking. So again, if this is your first time hearing this, then guess what? You're gonna be a little inclined to just say, fuck this shit. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't care what she's talking about, even further. Right? And that's okay. It's just a little seedling that'll turn into something in the future. Where was I? We all. Let me give you an example of what this thing does. Okay, like I see, the filter, right? Oh, it makes perfect sense that there's a filter that comes and filters, and then I see what I want to see based off that filter, right? Or I see what the filter gives me. Like, here's a leaf, okay, buffering through my senses, okay, my eyes that can see, my perception of sight, which I do have color. I can see color, which is good. I'm going to filter this through all of the past experiences I've had with leaves, or something that looks of this color, or something that's slightly dying, as you can see. This looks like a dying pear, right? That's a filter. That's my mind has created a filter. I don't just see the leaf. I don't just see the leaf for what it is. Here's an example for you. Something you can directly relate to. How about this? You're driving. Most of the time, when we drive, and there's someone driving a way that we perceive as silly or irresponsible, stupid, annoying, all the above, there's this dialogue that starts to take place. Whoa. I know what you're feeling right now. You're feeling like, oh shit, there is a dialogue. It's like there's 2 people or more than one of you up there, and you're like talking to yourself. It's so funny. This dialogue, guess what? That's not you. You're driving, and let's say someone driving too slow in front of you, right? Not that you're in a rush. You're not even in a rush. It's just that they're driving a little bit slower than you'd like to be following them, okay? Well, your mind, I'm not psychic, but I can guarantee it's saying something along this realm, which is, oh my God, look at how freaking slow they're driving, man. Of course I get stuck behind this person. I mean, where are you going? I know you're not in a rush, dude, but some of us would like to get to our places a little sooner than others. You fucking idiot. See, you had ample opportunity to get over. Why aren't you getting over? Why are you staying in this lane? This is the fast lane. You're supposed to get in the slow lane. Oh man, there's a road runner right here. All with this. Look at that guy. Right? But is that right? Have you noticed that? Have you heard that voice that's just going on and on and on, talking shit about the person in front of you? And for me, sometimes, a lot of times, it's the person behind me that causes all that havoc. It's the person who's on my ass, when they say, oh man, he's riding my ass. Not, again, for no kids, right? But not in the sexual way, but in the way of driving. Somebody is riding my ass, meaning they're all up on me while I'm just trying to drive. In both scenarios, there's a dialogue happening. Are you taking part in that dialogue? Yes, you are. How is that? How are you taking part in the dialogue when it's just your thoughts? You're taking part in the dialogue by listening to it, by interacting with it, by giving it attention, You know when they say to ignore a kid when they're crying? It's like the same thing. You got to ignore this thing. And I'll teach you how. There's so many ways to do it, but there are two main ways. And I learned all of this, literally. All of this is learned, and I'm not joking. I mean, some of the stuff I knew, and it's like an innate feeling. You're going to feel it too. I'm sure you feel it now a little bit, a little scared, little like, whoa, I'm a little scared, but this also feels right. Like this makes sense. And not in the logical way of making sense, but this makes sense to my soul. Like my soul can feel this. If you don't feel it now, you'll get there. I promise you. Most of this has been learned from one gentleman who has learned it from another gentleman and another human beings, entities, gentlemen, women, who cares. Michael A. Singer, aka Mickey Singer. He's written 2 amazing books. I've read one. It's called The Untethered Soul. And I took the extra step in purchasing, I think his course is like $300, a $300 course. Totally worth every single penny. I would have paid more for it. I should have paid more for it. I might buy a second one just to show gratitude. And it let me know if you want it. Okay, I can gift it. I can gift it to you. Well, guess what? I learned it all from him. And it's all true. You are not your thoughts. You are yourself. You are the one who notices that the thoughts are going on. When you interact with them, then it creates this facade that makes you think you're your thoughts because you agree with them, because you listen to them, because you're involved with them. But I promise you, the second you start to step away and untether your soul from the mind, you're going to see things a lot clearer. Okay? All right. Peace, love, direct sunlight. Let's get it.